People don't like to slow down like that.
No, it's
They're like, yoga? How silly. Boring. It's good. You understand, Paul. People don't even know. I know, like all the things. Hi, Mary Jo. Love it. Love it. I love it. Do you guys want sound? Does it please you? Or do you care? Should I get my sound bowls? Yeah. Okay.
I
Got like freaking 700 videos on there now. So many. Okay. So glad you chose this over CPY today. You're like, I didn't mean to, but okay. All right, my friends. Since we're getting a little bit of a late start, let's just get started. I'm not even going to say anything. All right. Comfortable seated position, seated meditation. And take a moment if you want to just kind of get your wiggles out, move around a little bit. Notice how your physical body is doing this morning. Then eventually find stillness. So feel into the length in your spine and the back of your neck. Bring your hands to rest somewhere intentionally, some way intentionally. And either close your eyes, or if you would rather keep your eyes open, just soften and lower your gaze. Take these first couple moments to really allow yourself to arrive in this space. So letting go of whatever's happening the rest of your day. Letting go of what may have happened this morning and just feel your body in this space on your mat. Feel the rise and fall of your own breath. So start to tune into your breath, start to tune in to whatever's just flowing through the space of you this morning. So noticing not just physical sensations, but also energetic and emotional sensations. And if you are like, what in the heck does energetic sensation mean? What does this emotional sensation mean? Just get curious. What do you feel in your body right now? Next time you inhale, fill up as big as you can. And when you think you are full, see if there's even an extra little sip of air you can find at the top. And then open your mouth and just sigh it out. Let it go. Ah. Good. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, fill up. Pause in fullness. Extra sips. So see if there's just a little more space you can create. Sigh it out your mouth. Release. Ah. Good. Last time. Biggest inhale you've taken all morning long. Every space inside of you expands and inflates. Extra sip, maybe 2 extra sips. And let it go out your mouth. Release. Ah. Seal your lips and drop into your Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. And as you connect to your Ujjayi breath, invitation to start moving through your upper body. So maybe that's circles all the way around with your torso. Maybe that's cat-cow-like movements in your spine. Or maybe there's some other way you want to explore. You could roll out your shoulders or even just roll your head from side to side or around in circles. You want to stretch your arms up or twist, feel free. So connect to your breath. Just start to bring in some movement and exploration physically. And then, my friends, eventually take the same kind of explorative movement forward to hands and knees. And just keep it going. So feeling around, noticing whatever's there to notice. So how your shoulders feel this morning, how your hips feel, how your low back feels, how your shoulder blades feel. So how much can you notice? And then big, spacious breath. So even more, see if you can find a connection to your own rhythm. See if you can find that big expansiveness of each inhale, that buoyancy that your inhales create. And then the contraction, the hugging in, the connection to your intrinsic strength that your exhales create. Let's just say in your next few rounds, downward facing dog is where we'll eventually end up. So start to find your way back whenever you are ready. You can take a vinyasa to get back to down dog if you want to. You can move through a hovering tabletop if you'd like. You might come into a plank and then press back to down dog. So you do you. And once you're in your dog pose, just same thing, explore, feel around, notice what's there. Nice job, everybody. So especially in your first down dog, don't worry about getting your heels flat on the ground. Don't worry about getting your legs straight. If you want to work your legs towards straight, awesome. But if it feels better to bend your knees even a lot, that's totally fine. So work in your down dog on feeling your strong foundation in your hands. So your fingers are spreading really wide. You're pushing into the ground with your fingertips. You're broadening through your shoulders. So try not to shrug your shoulders towards your ears, but instead find strength and stability in your shoulder girdle. Find a connection to your center that helps you lift. So takes weight out of your hands and your wrists. Take one more big inhale into your down dog, friends. And then as you exhale, look to the top of your mat, and however you want to get there, forward fold. Once you have arrived, let's come straight into our halfway lift. So stick your butt out, crown reaches forward as your spine gets long. Exhale, fold. So crown towards the ground, butt towards the sky, all the way to empty in your breath. One more time, halfway lift. Fill up. Exhale, release, and let it go. Let's rise all the way up this time. So come through your halfway lift. Keep rising. Take your arms overhead. Maybe gaze up. And hands to your heart as you exhale. Flowing with breath. High mountain. Inhale. Slow dive. Heart leads all the way down into your fold. Beautiful. Halfway lift position as you inhale. So feel into all the length and even strength in your back body. Good. Exhale, fold, release. All the way to emptiness. From that place, rise up. Arms to the sky, high mountain, stretch tall. Exhale, hands to your heart. All right, inhale, take your arms up. And let's bring our hands behind our back. So exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. And if you want, you can press your palms together, a little bend in your elbows as you hug your elbows in. See if you can reach your hands back away from your body. And then possibly little baby back bend. So heart lifts, press your hips forward, Hug in with your inner thighs like you're hugging an invisible yoga block. Take one more big in breath. Keep your clasp, hinge at your hips, exhale all the way down into your fold. So if it's helpful, big bend in your knees is perfectly fine. Let your neck relax, let your head be heavy. Nice, Cam. See if you can lift your sit bones higher. See if you can lift your knuckles a tiny bit higher. Good, one more inhale. Exhale, hands to your low back, release your clasp, let your arms hang. You can give them a little shake or give your head a little shake. Ujjayi breath, next inhalation, halfway lift, realign. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank pose. From your plank, side plank, Vashisthasana. So we're getting right into it. Right hand is your base. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot, or if you want, right knee can come down, even right forearm could come down. Lift your hips. So if your bottom knee is not on the ground, focus a lot on lifting your hips. Awesome, Victoria. Option to reach your left arm forward and lengthen your left side. Good. Possibly even float your left leg up. As your left leg floats up, lift your hips higher. Take one last deep breath. You guys look awesome. Nice, Mary Jo. Slowly plank or modified plank. So find your strength first. Spread your fingers, push the ground away. Inhale. Exhale all the way to your belly, nice and slow. From your belly, start with a baby cobra. So lift your chest, not using your back strength, or excuse me, not using your arm strength, but using your back strength. So shoulders back and down, elbow tips point back. And with your hands, rather than pushing down, imagine you're pulling back. Press down through your pelvis and your shoelaces. See if you can reach your tailbone down towards your heels. So draw your belly button towards your spine and feel the support that offers your low back. Take one more inhale here. Good job. Exhale, release. And then you choose one more heart opener. So maybe it's a full cobra, up dog, Spider-Man cobra, Sphinx, locust, whatever works for you. And then downward facing dog as you are ready. Nice, Marriott. So big, spacious breaths in your dog pose. All right. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Nice. And exhale, step your right foot forward softly, low lunge. Rise up to your crescent lunge slowly and intentionally. So hips are square, inner thighs face each other, all 10 toes face forward. Little tone in your belly supports your low back as your heart lifts. So maybe you puff up your chest, maybe you gaze up. So feel into your variation of this pose. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, or if that's too much, you can grab opposite elbows. Roll your shoulders back and down, squeeze shoulder blades towards your spine. See if you can reach your hands back. And then option to bend your back knee to a hover. Lift your heart up, puff up your chest. Keep the tone in your belly to support low back. Keep pulling your right hip back, left hip forward. Take one more deep breath. Good job, you guys. End of your exhale, slowly release your clasp. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach up. And then exhale, hands to the earth. We'll move into a pyramid stance. So step your back foot forward just a little bit, both feet flat on the ground. I like all 10 toes facing forward and my feet are on 2 train tracks. So you choose what works best in your body. Traditionally, it's feet on a balance beam with a little angle in your back foot. Halfway lift position, hands to hips. And then from the press of your feet, rise all the way up to stand. So take a moment here, pull right hip back, left hip forward. Make sure your hips are nice and square and adjust your feet if needed. Arms to the sky, breathe in. And then as you exhale, twist to your right side. Left arm goes forward, right arm goes back. Squeeze your inner thighs a lot. Press down through the inner edge of your right foot. As you draw your right hip back, make your arms as long as you can. So reach through your fingertips like you have great big wings. Maybe even gaze back over your right hand. Keep pressing through your back foot. Keep pressing through the inner edge of your front foot. One last round, twist. Inhale, unwind, arms to the sky. And as you exhale, bring your right hand to the crease of your right hip. Slow dive down. So lengthen and keep pushing your right hip back as you're reaching your heart forward. Right hip goes back. Eventually fold. If you want, you can keep your hand in that crease and keep pushing back. Or you can just let your right hand come down. Hands on blocks or the ground or on your front shin. Work the length in your front leg. Breathe into it. So every exhalation, friends, that's your invitation to dive a little deeper. So use it. Bottom of your exhale, draw your belly button in and up. And when you're empty, see if you can fold just a tiny bit further. Take 2 more rounds. Send your breath into your front leg. Nice, Kirsten. Lift your right butt cheek up, 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 and back, back, back. So good. Very bottom of your next exhale. Nice and easy. Just step your back foot forward. You're in a forward fold. Halfway lift. Breathe in, realign. Exhale, bow and let it go. Root through your feet. Let's take it all the way to stand, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. All right, inhale, reach up. And this time we'll work into some side body stretches. So you choose, I'm gonna grab left wrist. You might interlace fingers. You might flip your palms up. So you do you, and we'll go to the right first. So hips go left as your upper body goes right. And sometimes I even like to reach my right tiptoes out. Make sure your arm, your top arm is not in front of your face, but it's next to your ear. So not even next to your cheek. Yeah, plug your shoulder in and breathe. Beautiful, nice, Paul. Take 1 more round. You guys look so good. Back to center, realign, breathe in. And then exhale to the other side. So slowly, like a crescent moon with your body. Lengthen your right side. Good, Terry. Yeah, your variation. Maybe left toes out to the left. Breathe into the space between your right ribs. Breathe into your right waistline. See if you can find more length there. 1 last round. Beautiful. Trace back to center as you inhale. And then exhale, just a little baby back bend. Cactus your arms. Squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades as you curl open. Re-extend, realign, feel into neutral. Inhale. And exhale, slow dive. Stick your butt out and dive down. Forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Pause. This time, Vashisthasana, left hand is your foundation. So side plank. Roll onto the baby toe edge of left foot. Or if you want, left knee could come down, left forearm could come down. So you do you. Nice, Marriott. Lift your hips really high to get out of your shoulder and your wrist. Perhaps reach your right arm forward and feel that side body stretch again. Maybe even float your right leg up. See if you can lift your hips even higher. Amazing. Last big deep breath. Slowly come into plank or modified plank. Spread your fingers and push the ground away. Inhale. Slowly, like you're resisting gravity, lower to your belly. Again, find your baby cobra. Pay attention. So we'll be here for a moment. Shoulders back and down. Elbow tips point back with your hands. You're not pushing down, but you're energetically pulling back. Press down through your pelvis. Press down through your shoelaces. Try to spread your toes and press down through your toenails. So not using your butt strength, but using your back strength. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, release. 1 more back bend, your choice. So anywhere you want to go. And then eventually downward facing dog, no rush. All right, from your dog pose, Ujjayi breath. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, step your left foot through, low lunge. And then take your time to rise to crescent lunge. Nice, Mary Jo. So strong through your legs, your foundation. That's your structure. And then grow into your expression, lift your heart, maybe lift your gaze, maybe even smile. So feel your pose today in this moment. Thanks, Tracy. Take one more inhale. Good job, friends. Exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Invitation to switch your fingers to one finger over. It's going to feel a little bit funky. Shoulders back and down, squeeze shoulder blades, reach your hands back, and then maybe bend your back knee as you reach your knuckles down and lift your heart up. Keep drawing your front hip back hip forward. Tone your belly to support low back. Take one more in-breath. Stay for your exhale. As you inhale back to crescent, release your clasp arms to the sky. Good job. Exhale, hands to the earth. And then set up your pyramid stance with your legs. So back foot steps forward a bit, both feet flat, feet on 2 train tracks, all of your toes face forward, or feet on a balance beam, back foot at about a 30-degree angle. Hands to hips, halfway lift, breathe in. And then as you exhale, root through your feet and rise all the way up. Beautiful. Check in with your hips, adjust if needed. See that they're straight across from one another. And then arms to the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, twist towards the windows. Right arm forward, left arm back. Stay rooted through the inner edge of your left foot as you pull your left hip towards the back of the room. Squeeze through your inner thighs and twist from your center. Broaden through the front of your shoulders. Yes. And then reach through your fingertips like you have great big wings. Maybe even gaze over your left hand. Nice work, friends. Take one more round. Stand tall, twist further. Inhale, unwind, arms to the sky. Exhale, bring your left hand to your left hip. Push your left hip back as your heart reaches forward. Dive down into your pyramid pose. So keep pressing left hip back and up. You can keep your hand there as long as you want to, or you can bring your hand whenever you're ready down to the ground or a block or your front shin. Forehead toward shin, nose toward knee, and then very bottom of each exhale, navel towards spine. That's where you fold a little further in that emptiness. So if you can figure out how to use your strength to work your flexibility, how to use your strength to support you in your flexibility, that's the balance. That's what we're going for. Take your last couple of rounds. Good job, everybody. All right, very bottom of your next exhalation, just step your back foot forward, pull. Come into your halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, bow, let it go. Root through your feet and take it all the way to stand, reach up, stretch. Hands to heart, center as you exhale. All right, we're gonna move into eagle arms. Inhale, reach your right arm up, or both arms up, excuse me. And then exhale, right elbow under left for eagle. Wrap your arms together. If that's too much, you can grab the backs of your shoulders, or you can even press your palms, press your forearms. So you choose. See if you can lift your elbows up and away from your chest. Now, stay grounded through your left foot. Pick up your right foot, lift your right knee. Find your balance here, and as you're ready, eagle legs. Cross your legs and sit low. Squeeze through your thighs. If you can get that second wrap of your toes around your calf, awesome. If not, just stay active through your right toes. Yes, sit back. Lengthen through your spine. Lift your elbows up and away from your chest. Take just one more breath. So good, you guys. Inhale, unwind, standing staff. Arms reach up, right knee lifts, or right leg might even extend. And then as you exhale, curtsy squat. Swing your right leg around, right toes off the left edge of your mat. Hands to heart, get low. Pull your left hip back, right hip forward. Take little pulses. Tone your belly to support low back, so navel to spine. See if you can find a steadiness in your breath. A softness in your face. As low as you can go, hold one more round. Breathe down into your legs. Inhale, high mountain, both feet on your mat, both arms to the sky, stretch. Add a little baby back bend. Exhale, cactus your arms, curl open. Inhale, realign, reach up. And as you exhale, take your dive all the way down into your fold. Nice work. Lift halfway. Breathe in. Exhale, plank pose. Pause once again in your plank. From your plank, come down to both forearms. Forearm plank. Elbows under shoulders. Forearms parallel. Or if you want a little less intensity, you can tripod your hands instead. All right, find your strong core, navel to spine. See if you can find even the strength in the front of your thighs. So see if you can feel your quads squeezing right now. Yes. Now all that strength work, soften around it. Soften your face, unclench your jaw. From your forearm plank, move into dolphin. Walk your toes towards your elbows. Don't let your elbows drift apart. As you lift your hips high, see if you can press your chest more towards the back of the room. See if you can hug in with your upper arms. Press down through the belly of your forearms. Option to extend your right leg up. Right leg strong and powerful. Take 3 more rounds, or if you want to take little hops, you're welcome to take little hops. Yes, your left leg is your springboard. Your right leg stays strong and powerful as it floats. Soft face, not straining, not forcing. Hug in with your upper arms. Last big breath. Open mouth exhale if you want it. Ah, good work, friends. Right foot down, knees down. Thanks, Victoria. And then embryo pose. So just like child's pose, but your hands reach back towards your heels. You can grab your heels if it's available, or just let your palms face the sky and backs of your hands rest on the ground. Breathe into your low back. Let your shoulders be soft now. And feel whatever there is to feel. Your next couple rounds, downward facing dog. All right, inhale your right leg to the sky. And this time, open up your hips. So bend your knee, reach your knee out to the right and up. Hug in with your left inner thigh and lift from your belly button. Stay strong through your hands and your shoulders. So this movement is coming from your hip, not from your shoulders. Take one more big inhale. See if you can lift higher. You can stay here if you want. Otherwise, exhale, right knee, left elbow, or as close as you can come. Very nice. Inhale, back up. Option to open your hip if you'd like. Scorpion your right leg. Exhale, right to right. Aim for your armpit as high as you can get. Maybe even add a little push-up. Inhale, back up. Awesome, Victoria. And then everybody, knee to your nose. Scoop out your belly. Step forward softly. Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Back heel pivots down. Cartwheel your arms up. So take just a moment. Settle in. Slow, steady breaths. Nice cam. Front knee tracks open towards your pinky toe rather than collapsing inward. Nice, Terry. Next time you breathe in, reverse your warrior. So reach up and back. Find that length in your right side first, and then use it to stretch through your side body. Reach back, bend your right knee more. See if you can lift your right ribs away from your right hip. If there's any variation you want to take with your left arm, go for it. You guys look so good. Take a couple more rounds. Notice, feel, breathe into your right waistline. One last big inhale. And then as you exhale, come back to warrior 2. Set up for a triangle pose. So straighten out your front leg. And personally, I like to shorten my stance just a teeny tiny bit, not much, like a couple inches. And then imagine your left outer hip is being pulled towards the back of the room as you're reaching for the front of the room. So you're being pulled in these opposite directions, and when you can't reach anymore, right hand towards the ground, left towards the sky, and your arms are the only thing that has to change. So make sure that your heart stays open, your hips stay open. Good. If you want, left arm reaches towards the front of the room. So bicep next to your ear, lengthen your left side. And then only if you can hold the strength and the structure of the pose in your legs and working with your core, reach your right arm forward as well, like you're holding an invisible yoga block in between your hands. So good, you guys. So heart still is nice and open, hips are open. 2 more rounds, soften through your face. Ah, good job. From the press of your feet, bring it back up. Arms to the sky, pivot all of your toes to face the long edge of your mat. Bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down, shoulder blades squeeze in. Maybe your hands reach back, maybe your heart lifts up. Inhale. Hinge at your hips and dive down, keeping your hands clasped, at least at first. And then if you want to let that go, feel free. About 5 breaths. Without your hands on the ground, so if you do have your hands behind your back, you'll have to use your core to work the pose. So feel your strong core. Notice where you're holding the weight in your feet. Notice the sensation in the backs of your legs. Make little tiny adjustments that actually completely change the way it feels in your body. So stay curious. Excellent, you guys. Last couple breaths. And if you do still have your hands clasped, bring your hands to your low back, release your clasp, and then fingertips to the ground, halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, crawl your hands to the top of your space, rotate your toes forward. So back to low lunge. From your low lunge, standing splits. Right foot roots down, left leg floats up. You can stay in standing splits or option to open it up into a balancing half moon. So maybe you're a block under your right hand, or I just come up to my right fingertips usually and open up. Stack left hip on top of right. Squeeze through your outer right glute, your medial glute, and allow the front of your hips to open more. Yes, beautiful. Left arm might reach up. You might even take a bind, Ardha Chandra Trikonasana. Bend your left knee, grab hold of your left foot. So wherever you are at your pose, whether it's standing splits, half moon, or some variation thereof, last couple rounds. Feel whatever there is to feel, every space inside of you, all that power in your back leg. If you're holding your left foot, slowly re-extend. Last big inhale. Top of your mat, step down nice and easy. You can give your right leg a little shake out, kind of pedal out your heels, neutralize. Bring your big toes together, little gap in between your heels, tuck and curl, tiny little potato bug ball. If this is too much for your knees, you could stay in a forward fold, totally fine. If you're in tiny little potato bug ball, option to lift your heels up really high and see if you can work your butt closer to the ground, your nose closer to your knees. Maybe even wrap your arms around your shins and squeeze. So get really small and compact as you exhale. As you inhale, breathe into your back ribs. Yes. Wherever you're at, couple more. Nice paw. All right, halfway lift, heels down, spine long. Breathe in and lengthen. If you want, you can widen your stance. Exhale, bow and fold. Rise all the way up. Big stretch at the top. Inhale. And exhale, hands to your heart. Arms to the sky, breathe in. Eagle arms first. Left arm underneath, right arm on top. Wrap your arms together or grab the backs of your shoulders or press your palms in your forearms. All right. Lift your elbows up and away from your chest, gazing right through your arms. Now, right foot is your foundation. Left knee lifts. Find your balance just on your right foot. And whenever you're ready, move into your eagle legs. Wrap your left leg around your right. If you can't get that second wrap like me, just keep your toes active. Sit low. Connect to your center, navel to spine, so long through your spine. Lift your elbows up and away. Breathe. Last couple of breaths. Feel the space in between your shoulder blades. Next time you inhale, standing staff. So everything unwinds, reach up, maybe even extend left leg. Curtsy squat, hands to heart, swing your left leg around. Get low. Right hip draws back, left forward, and take those little pulses. Let the heat build in your legs and send your breath down into it. Soften around it. Excellent. As low as you can go, one last round. Inhale, high mountain, stretch it out. Baby back bend, exhale, open. Bottom tips of shoulder blades, squeeze. Re-extend, realign. And exhale takes you down into your full Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands back to plank. And once again, pause in plank. Come down to your forearms, forearm plank. Elbows under shoulders. Shoulders strong, core strong. So navel to spine connection, and feel your breath in your back body. Feel the length in the back of your neck as you gaze down. Maybe even see if you can feel your quads, the front of your thighs, squeezing, firing. Breathe slow and steady. So even in this pose where you're using obviously tons of strength, see if you can find a little bit of softness, a little bit of sweetness, not just fighting through it. From your forearm plank, begin to walk your toes towards your elbows. Come into your dolphin pose one more time. Hips really high. So that invisible rope that's attached to your belly button, now it's pulling straight up towards the ceiling. If you're gonna stay right here, work on pressing your heart back and lifting your hips up. If you would like, you can extend your left leg up. And then with your left leg extended, if you wanna take little hops, feel free. About 3 more deep breaths wherever you are at. Try not to let your elbows drift apart. Try not to let your head touch the ground. So press down through the belly of your forearms a lot. Take one last round, huge breath, maybe an open mouth exhale. Left foot down, knees down, and once again, embryo pose. Just sit back and rest. If you want child's or puppy pose, that's fine too. Just feel whatever there is to feel. Your next couple rounds, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky. And peel your left hip open. So bend your left knee, reach your left knee out and up. So left hip stacks on top of right. Squeeze through your outer left butt cheek and hug in with your right inner thigh. Press firmly through both hands, all 10 fingertips. Keep your shoulders strong. Take one more inhale. See if you can lift your left knee a tiny bit higher. Active through left foot. Stay here if you want. Otherwise, left knee, right elbow. Get as close as you can. Push the ground away. Nice work. Inhale, back up. Option to open your hip, peel it open. And exhale, left to left. Aim for your armpit. Maybe even take that little push up. Yes. Inhale, back up. Now, everyone this time, knee to your nose. Scoop out your belly and step forward. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Back heel pivots down. So left toes forward, right toes directly to the right. Your front heel intersects your back arch or lines up with your back toes, whichever feels best in your body. And then really work on tracking your front knee towards your pinky toe rather than letting it collapse inward. Tone in your belly. So draw your belly button back towards your spine and just feel the little bit of support that offers your low back. Next inhalation, reverse warrior. So reach up, reach back, lengthen your left side, bend, nice trace into your left knee, and lift your left rib cage up away from your left hip. Good. If there's any variation you want to work into with your right arm, go for it. Legs are strong. Breath is big and slow and spacious. Very nice, my friends. Take one last inhale. Exhale, come back to your warrior 2, working towards triangles. Straighten your front leg. And if you want to, you can shorten your stance just a little tiny bit, 1 or 2 inches. Imagine your right hip is being pulled back as you are reaching forward. So reach, 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 reach. Then left hand towards the ground, right towards the sky. Heart stays open, hips stay open, shoulders stay open. Beautiful poses. You might stay right here. Breathe here. Perfect place to stay. If you would like, right arm can reach forward, bicep next to ear, lengthen right side. And only if you can hold the strength and structure of the pose, left arm reaches forward as well. Hold that invisible block in between your palms. Heart open. Good work, friends. Couple more rounds of breath. Feel whatever there is to feel flowing through your inner space. Soften where you can. From the press of your feet, next inhale, rise. Reach your arms up and turn all of your toes to face the long edge of your mat. Bring your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, and again, one finger over, switch. Roll your shoulders back and down, shoulder blades hug in, maybe your palms press, maybe your hands reach back, heart lifts up, breathe in. And hinge at your hips, fold, crown towards the ground, butt towards the sky. Work your knuckles towards the sky. And if at any point you just want to let go of your arms, do something else, fine with me. About 5 breaths or so. Very nice. Nice, Kirsten. Take one last round. You still have your fingers interlaced, hands to low back, release. Fingertips on the ground, halfway lift, inhale. Walk your hands forward, rotate your toes forward. So come back into a low lunge. From your low lunge, move into standing splits. Left foot roots down, right leg floats up. You can stay in standing splits or plain standing splits, or at any time, open it up into your balancing half moon. The left hand might come to a block or just left fingertips on the ground, right hand to right hip, or right arm can extend up. If you want, you can even move into the sugarcane variation, Ardha Chandra Chapasana. Bend right knee, reach back, grab hold of your foot. So your pose, your expression, if you're falling in and out, perfect. Meet yourself right there. So that's the practice. Wherever you're at, couple more. Feeling whatever there is to feel. If your back leg is extended, it's powerful and strong. If you're holding your foot, slowly re-extend. One last inhale. Exhale, top of your space, nice and easy. Bring your right foot down. Maybe left leg wants a little shake, or you could just kind of pedal out your heels. Once again, big toes touch, gap in between your heels, tuck and curl, so little tiny potato bug ball. If you want to, option to turn this into a toe stand, squeeze in with your inner thighs, inner knees, and inner heels. Point your knees straight forward. Bring your hands to your heart. Spine long, so balancing on your toes. Good job. Couple more breaths right here. We'll meet back in down dog or child's pose. So listen, you can either plant your hands and just step back, move through a vinyasa. You can plant your hands and work with a crow pose for a moment if you want. So walk your knees as far as you're able to up your triceps. Lift your waistline really high as you lean forward, and maybe lift your feet up. If you can lift your feet up, see if you can bring your big toes to touch. Yeah, nice work. And then once you've had enough, play for as long as you want. Either step or hop back. Nice, Terry. Move through your vinyasa or skip it. End up in your down dog or child's pose. Just breathe. Wherever you are, feel, notice. Ah, all that space inside of you. Those of you in child's pose, downward facing dog. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Peel your hip open once again. Stay here, or option 2, flip your dog if you would like. Right foot comes down behind. Right arm forward, heart forward. So try to let your heart look at this front wall. Lift your hips and feel the strength in your back body. Last round. Good. Those of you in the back bend, come back to a 3-legged down dog. Everybody square off your hips. So see if you can feel the difference. And you need to put your right foot on the ground again and then lift it back up. That's fine. Take one more inhale, strong through your right leg. Pigeon pose, right shin to the top of your mat. Bring your body down gently. So take a moment to set yourself up with structure and integrity. Right knee towards the outer right edge of your mat. Right hip pulls back as your heart goes forward. If you'd rather take this in a seat or on your back, of course, that's fine with me. Just use your breath to soften around your heart edges. So anything that's tight, sore, heavy, breathe into those spaces. Take about 4 or 5 more breaths. Side out your mouth at any time. Last couple rounds. Slowly start to lift your upper body. And then nice and easy, just ease your way onto your outer right butt cheek. We've been doing this lately. Work your right shin parallel to the front of your mat if it's not already, and scoot your left knee up towards your right heel. From here, hands behind you and start to lean back as far as you can without letting the inside of your left knee lift. Rather than creating a back bend, lifting your heart, do the opposite. Draw your front ribs down, knit them together. Draw your belly button towards your spine. And if you are able to lay down, don't think, then back of your left rib cage, work that towards the ground. Take about 3 more breaths. Inside of left knee is pressing down and forward. Good job, you guys. Slowly start to lift your upper body. And then hands at your heart or whatever you want to do with your arms. They can reach out to the sides, but try not to use your arms and not to rock your body too much. Just swing your left leg around and then swing it back. Swing your left leg around. Bring it outside your right thigh and then swing it back. So do that a few times and trying to keep your upper body as still as you can. Good. Feel that mobility in your left hip joint. You might feel kind of that moment where it gets stuck a little bit. Just get curious. Next time your left foot comes to the outside of right thigh, keep it there. And you can either scoot your hips around so that your sit bones are on the ground, right heel closer to left butt cheek, or right leg can extend forward. You choose. Hug your knee in, get really tall. Reach your left arm up and get even taller. Inhale. Exhale, twist to your left. Left hand comes down behind you. And you can either keep your right hand where it's at, or maybe you want to latch your elbow to the outside of your knee, or even bind the pose. Sit up really tall, lift through the crown of your head, and rather than using your left hand behind you to lean on, use it instead to help you lengthen more. Breathe all the way down into your belly and exhale to just gently wring out all the way to emptiness. Nice work, friends. Last couple breaths. Unwind your upper body just for a moment. Hands come off the right side of your mat and just take a little bow. So round your spine like a cat pose. Sometimes I even like to push into the ground and kind of twist towards the back of the room even more. Breathe down into low back. And then come back up. Bring the sole of your left foot to your right inner thigh. So if your right leg's not already extended, extend it. Sole of left foot, right inner thigh. Open up towards the side of the room, towards the windows. Press your foot into your leg into your foot. Flex through your right toes and press down through the back of your right heel. So as you do that, back of your knee bends a little bit. That's fine. Right hand can rest on right thigh or in front of right leg. Left arm up. Inhale. And then as you exhale, side body stretch up and over. Reach for the front wall. Heart stays open. Keep pressing through the back of your right heel. Flex your right toes. And now see if you can press down through the back of your right thigh as well. Open your heart. So heart wants to look up. Breathe into your left side. If any of you are able to wrap your peace fingers, left peace fingers around right big toe, go for it. But make sure you don't close your heart off to get there. Last couple of breaths. Inhale, rise up. Reach both of your arms up. Exhale, left hand comes down behind you. Spread your fingers wide. Push into the ground, lift your hips. Reach your right arm back and lengthen through your right side. You might even turn this into a modified wild thing. Let your heart look up more. Lots of length and space. One last huge breath. Good job. And then listen. Bottom of your exhale, sit bones down, and we're going to go into a forward fold. So swing your arms around. I like to bring my right arm behind me. Left hand grabs right toes or right ankle or shin. And work into your fold. So right hip draws back as your heart reaches forward. Forehead towards shin, nose toward knee, navel towards spine. Use your breath to work your fold. Good job. All right, very, very bottom of your next exhalation, just roll up. So super slow roll. Head comes up very, very last. Once your head stacks, take your left leg out, maybe give your legs a little shaky shake. And then we'll meet back in down dog. Option, if you'd like, to find boat pose for a few rounds. So boat pose, balancing on your sit bones, not your tailbone. Try to lift your heart up. And if you want more, arms reach forward or back overhead. Legs could extend. Squeeze through your inner thighs. If you want less, like me, you can grab the backs of your thighs or even bring your hands behind you for a little more support. Squeeze through your inner thighs to get out of your hip flexors. Lift your heart, breathe, soften around it. Obviously, we're using lots of strength. See if there's that little bit of sweetness you can find. Maybe a little smile, one last round. Bottom of your exhale, cross your ankles, roll over your feet. You can step back or you can jump back to a chaturanga with bent elbows. Move through a vinyasa or skip the vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Walk it out in your down dog. Oh no, my zoomies almost fell off the wall. Sorry, zoomies. Jalen, is that you, Jess? All right, friend. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Heel your left hip open, so bend your left knee. Yes. Stay here or flip your dog. So left arm forward, beautiful. Heart forward, lift your hips. Nice trace. Feel the strength in your back body. Breathe all the way down into your belly. Last round. And bring it back. Three-legged down dog. Square off your hips. So see if you can feel the difference between that and open hips. It's quite large difference. Eventually pigeon pose. So take a moment, set yourself up with intention. And then use your breath to just settle slowly. Good, that little bit of activation through your front toes. Take about 4 or 5 more. Slowly begin to lift your upper body. And ease your way onto the outside of your left butt cheek. So you can let your back knee bend as you sit over onto your outer left hip. And adjust so that your left shin is parallel to the front of your mat. Slide your right knee up towards your left heel. And then hands behind you. Don't let your inner right knee lift and start to lean back. You can keep some activation through your right toes if you feel any pain in your knee or your ankle. And then as you go back, again, try not to lift your heart. So we're going for actually the opposite, neutral spine. Draw your front ribs together, belly button down. And if you're laying down, back of your right rib cage is working closer to the ground. Take about 2 more deep breaths. And then slowly ease your way up. And again, try not to use your arms or your upper body too much. And we're just gonna swing our right leg forward and back a few times. So working the mobility in your right hip joint. Use your core to help you sit up nice and tall. Maybe a couple more like this. And then next time your right foot is on the outside of your left thigh, keep it there and just kind of adjust. So left heel towards your right butt cheek, both sit bones on the ground. Or if you'd rather, extend your left leg forward. Hug your knee in, puff up your chest, take your right arm up, inhale. And then exhale, twist. Right hand comes down behind you. You can leave your left hand right where it's at, or if you want to, you can latch your left elbow, bind the pose. Stay tall through your spine, drop through the crown of your head, and you might even gaze over your right shoulder. About 2 more breaths. And slowly unwind your upper body, hands off the left edge of your mat. Your right butt cheek can lift, your right sit bone can lift. You take that little bow, so round your spine. Curl in. Breathe down into low back. Lift up. Extend your left leg if it's not already, and bring the sole of your right foot to your left inner thigh. Open up first, so hips open towards the right side of the room. Press your foot into your leg into your foot, flex your toes, and press actively through your left heel. Even feel, as you press through the back of your heel, feel your left knee bend that little bit. Sit up tall, left hand on your thigh or in front of your left leg, right arm to the sky. Breathe in. And then exhale, side body stretch. So up and over. Keep pressing through the back of your left heel, flexing your left toes. Now see if you can also start pressing through the back of your left thigh. Heart looks up, let it look up. Breathe into your right side body. Sit bones are rooted, press right foot into leg back into foot, and breathe. Good job, friends. Last couple breaths right here. If there's any more space you can create. Inhale, lift your torso and reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your right hand down behind you. Spread your fingers, push into the ground, lift your hips. Left arm reaches back, lengthen. So more of a modified side plank or more of a modified wild thing, it's up to you. One last deep breath and get ready for our forward fold when we come down. So bottom of your exhale, sit bones, come down. Swing your arms around, left arm behind you if you like that variation. Right arm reaches forward. Work your fold. So think forehead toward chin, nose toward knee, navel towards spine at the very bottom of your exhale. That's where you dive just a little bit deeper. Last couple rounds. Very slow roll up. And once your head lifts up, just extend your right leg out. Give both of your legs a little shaky shake. And we'll come down onto our back now. If you want to get down onto your back using your core, legs together, arms reach forward, hollow out your belly, and as slow as you can, try not to let your legs lift. Lower down. Squeeze your legs together. Once you're down on your back, full body stretch, arms long overhead, legs extend. And as you reach long, see if you can press your back ribs down a little bit. Take one more inhale. Exhale, tee out your arms or cactus your arms, feet on the ground with knees bent. Bring your feet out to the width of your mat. Windshield wipers side to side with your knees. Go slow enough to really feel into your hips. Feel into your low back, especially working with your top knee. That top knee, work it forward and down. If you'd like, you can stay on one side for a few breaths and the other side for a few breaths. And then eventually, happy baby pose. From your happy baby friends, there's any other poses, stretches, movements you want to take to finish off your practice, give yourself about 5 to 10 rounds to do so. Maybe one final inversion. Maybe just relaxing with your feet together, knees apart. Maybe you want to go right into your Shavasana. Oh my gosh, thank you. So as you're ready, just allow your breath to become effortless. And allow your muscles to relax. Maybe you even at some point want to give yourself a great big, huge kind of dropping in breath or falling out breath. Just let go. My thought for you as you move into your Shavasana is by Cory Muscara. It says, life's full range of experiences, the joy, sadness, confusion, etc., never go away. And the deepest enlightenment doesn't change any of that. Instead, we find more permission and ease being with the continuous flow of it all. Understanding that all of these parts of us contribute to the whole of what it means to be human. Life's full range of experiences, the joy, sadness, confusion, etc., never go away. And the deepest enlightenment doesn't change any of that. But instead, we find more permission and ease being with the continuous flow of it all. Understanding that all of these parts of us contribute to the whole of what it means to be human. So these last few moments, friends, whatever you've got going on in your life right now, see if you can let go of needing to figure anything out. So allow yourself to really just be here in this space, not doing anything else in your mind, not trying to figure anything out in your mind. Allow yourself to just rest here and to feel whatever there is to feel. Allow the vibrations of the bowls to just move through you, your physical and energetic being. Shavasana. Take a big deep breath in. And let it go. And just bring little wiggles, gentle movement back into your physical body. And eventually, no rush, but eventually find your way onto either side, fetal position. And take one last moment as you just rest on your side and really let your practice soak in and that sound bath soak in all the energy from it. And use your arms to guide yourself up to seated meditation, right back where we began. Gather your hands to your heart and just bow your head to your heart and acknowledge yourself. Thank yourself for showing up this morning, making the effort to be here, to do your practice, to connect to yourself, to your body, your breath in a more intentional way. Thank you so much for letting me guide you. Namaste. You are so welcome. So good to have you, Mary Jo. My Thursday yogis. Do people not like deep power? Is it deep power, do you think? Or is it just Thursday? It's just whatever, yeah. I don't know. That's true. Spring break, yes. Bye, Terry. You're welcome. Oh, just isn't you. It's feeling me.